Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where today we are resuming our long campaign in SimCity 2013. Now, as promised with the last episode, I did some simming of New England prior to actually recording this episode. Plus, I had to look at my old. I had to look at the last episode, that would be episode 47, to remind myself what I was doing. So the first thing I'm going to do before explaining what my plan is, I noticed I tried to build a road here, and I eventually destroyed it. This is, I've got update 6 and 7 installed, so we're going to bring that road back, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this smelting sign, because I think that sign is what stopped me from building a... There we go. From building an avenue all the way across. I don't know why I didn't notice that the first time, but so it goes. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Alright, anyway, let's see if I can remember how to play the game. It has been a while if you check the dates on the title card. So it looks like, yeah, this is a nice little flow. The cars are already taking advantage. Anyway, like I said, I've just installed update 6 and 7, along with a couple other things. One of the things I downloaded, you can find it in your health area. We're going to just ignore the fire for a second. If you go to the health area, you can see that you can create a Red Cross Relief Center, which has no upkeep and is free to place. If you have a natural disaster, you can place the Red Cross Relief Center, and they can basically create temporary ambulances and other ways to heal your people. And it's a fairly important download. It costs $10, but 80% of that goes to the Red Cross, the real Red Cross. I don't normally download crap from EA when they offer it, but in this case, I thought I was doing a good turn. Although if I was EA and had all their money, I would say 100% of that goes to the Red Cross. They can certainly afford it, but whatever. At least they're getting something, and we get games. Gameplay stuff. I actually have something more to talk about the Red Cross, but the first thing we're going to do is check out the arcology. Now, I don't know if you guys watched in detail where we had left off, but the last time we did not have this much alloy, and we certainly did not have this much metal. We are getting closer and closer to finishing the arcology, and New England is pretty much set the way it is. So what I'm going to do for today's episode is I'm going to try to get England a little bit more organized. I'm going to see if those updates have helped traffic indeed. And then once we get metal and alloy maxed out here, we're going to switch over to Lee Dozer and exploit the oil over there to get some TVs to finish it off. So what I was going to say about the Red Cross as I try to figure out what's going on here and try to check my fire coverage. The Red Cross made a very interesting article. I forget who they talked to. I want to say it was Gama Sutra. It could have been Kotaku. Anyway, to one of those websites. And they mentioned that with the realistic portrayal of violence and other war issues, like with Spec Ops The Line and other kinds of games like that, the players should start seeing realistic issues to their realistic reactions to their own war crimes. Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah, whenever there's a patch, if there's a building on fire, it's not actually on fire. So we're just going to delete those completely. Get our graphics back to the way they should. So they cited a few examples, such as Metal Gear Solid 2, which isn't exactly realistic, but whatever. Metal Gear Solid 2 features stealing dog tags, which is a war crime. They also cited modern Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 having a war crime, specifically shooting unarmed civilians. But if I remember right, the only reason you do that in that game is because you're operating as a terrorist in that moment. So that's not more... To me, that's not even really a war crime in that game. That's kind of a plot device, as sad as that sounds. But anyway, regardless, the point that the Red Cross is trying to make is that they're interested in seeing realistic depictions of the outcome of war, which I think is kind of cool. It's probably a good idea, and it would make one hell of a plot device. In some games like Spec Ops: The Line, trying to deal with the outcome of the horrors of war was actually the point of that game, and you know, trying to deal with the fallout, the mentality of it. So I think it would be an interesting avenue to explore. Even the Red Cross is not arguing that every game needs to have that. It's not like we need to go back in time to edit Contra on the NES and try to make it all PC and, you know, and put the Red Cross in and logistics trains while you're running around and shooting aliens in the face. It's not like every game needs it, but some games, especially say the Metal Gear series, Splinter Cell series, it'd be kind of cool to see a realistic portrayal of the fallout that comes from doing what you do. Splinter Cell especially, I think, would be really cool to see that in, because as with most Tom Clancy games, it's supposed to be realistic, or at least mostly realistic. We've dealt with Sam Fisher's fallout from seeing his daughter die, and even before then, seeing how he tries to balance dealing with his daughter when he's away from missions. So it stands to reason that if you're going to put that much effort into the character creation, you should put that much effort into the global view, you know? Just, I don't know. And if you make it a gameplay element, you would actually encourage players not to do war crimes in the game. Again, that's assuming you are going for realism and you're not just, you know, going for people trying to shoot each other in the face. Which is fine and all, since I'm not one of those people who thinks the video games are evil. You know, violent video games, mindless games that don't exist for any reason other than competition certainly have their place. But if you're going to make a perfect, you know, this gorgeous, realistic world with realistic vehicles and realistic weaponry and realistic physics, may as well put some realism into the Fallout too. I think a game that would be great to have that kind of realism would be Arma. Arma 3 is either out or coming out. I know you can buy the alpha now, but anyway. Because, you know, the Arma series has always wanted you to work with that total, complete realism. It has some magic health packs, in the sense that you can pretty much survive any bullet wound other than a headshot as long as someone's nearby. But you know, the way the gameplay operates is more realistic. Like, if you ever played if you ever played Arma 2, there was a whole mission where the entire mission, even though you're running around for 20 minutes, you don't shoot anybody. All you do is you walk around a city, making inquiries as you're trying to find your target. And the entire mission can take even upwards of an hour, and you won't shoot anybody, which is interesting to me. I mean, that's very much not how games operate, and yet that is more of a realistic portrayal of the military than running and gunning for 6 straight hours. So, you know, Arma, I think it could really work in Arma. You could even make it a plot device, as horrible as that is. Have a player or a character do a war crime, and then your characters, as the player, try to fix it or have to handle the outcome. Or maybe your player character can be a member of the Red Cross and having to help the refugees and that kind of thing. Be an interesting plot device, in my opinion. Okay, so... But it looks like the Red Cross won't be needed here at New England, because not only are there no disasters at the moment, but traffic is remarkably thin. It appears that the patch has worked, and thank God for that. I had a coworker of mine warn me that Update 6 and 7 required some, or had issues with previous cities that were already established. So you would have to make new cities before you could see it in action. But it looks like, you know, everyth's fine to me. Now, if I remember right, Update 6 tweaked the RCI meter, and Update 7 was the traffic update. I can't remember for sure, and I didn't double check the patch notes before I started today. But regardless, it looks like we're doing all right. I mean, New England does have its traffic jams around rush hour. Like you can see here, people are getting off work. But it looks like they're getting through it a lot easier than they had before. And my money isn't moving, which is actually for the best. That tells me that we have a fairly decent balance between income and expenses. We are, let's see, April years. Okay, so I'm exporting alloy, importing coal, but I'm not exporting metal. That probably means all metal is going to the arcology, which is currently up to 2,570 tons. So we need to check on our metal production. It has been a while, man. You know, like I said, I really had issues with, this game, and I did question whether to even continue several times. I thought about moving on, but I don't know. I at least want to build this stupid arcology, if nothing, even if I change my mind and I quit this before I actually finish my end game, which is getting all 4 of the great wonders, or great works. Which, to be honest, is looking more and more likely to happen. That is, that I'm going to abandon the project before I get there to the end game. But, I at least want to finish the arcology, so that is what we are doing. Yes, I know we need more alloy. I know. Speaking of which, let's look at our expenses. How are we doing? We're hurting on city specialization, and we're hurting on police. Power's kind of bad, too. It's been so long, I need to check our utilities. What are we... Oh, we have solar. Okay, well, that explains why it's so expensive. 2,600 an hour, currently generating 240 megawatts. See, I could pretty much cut that in half by dropping the money on a nuclear power plant. The question is, do I want to bother doing that and dealing with the switchover? Let's see. Well, in the long term, we need the cash. So as soon as day breaks, so I can see what the hell I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to switch to nuclear power. Was there a reason? I didn't watch my whole series prior to starting this episode, so I can't remember if there was a reason I was sticking with solar power over nuclear or anything else. But whatever. Okay, how are we doing with water? Water's good. Sewage is good. Excellent. All right, so we're going to have some serious water issues once my nuclear power plant goes up. That's all right. Okay, and the police precinct. Ah, there's something we can fix. We only have 24 jail cells that are occupied. So we can shut down the extra one that I built. That'll save us nearly $1,000 an hour. And we'll just keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't, that nobody fills the jail. So that'll help. Alright, now do we have any other police presence other than that? That precinct? No, we don't. Excellent. Okay. So hopefully we can get crime under control, which will then get everything else under control. Although, to be honest, I had mentioned it in the last episode, I needed to take this city one problem at a time, and our main problem was traffic, and thanks to Update 7, that seems to no longer be the case. At least everything flows pretty well. You don't see the miles and miles of traffic jam anymore. So I think I can start working on getting some of these other problems fixed. So right now, we're going to blow apart the solar power plant. We're going to plop down an ever-popular nuclear power plant, which costs me more in the short term, but will save me money in the long term, although I can't get the spot where I want the spot to be. Wait, recycling center's closed? Why did I close that? Not enough jobs? Okay, let's get a road. Why am I single-clicking and expecting it to go? What game have I been playing lately that happens? What games have I been playing lately? I've been playing a lot of games that are not being LP'd. Let's put it a little bit away. There we go. And then we can delete those. And we'll need another turbine. Or reactor, whatever. How much did I say this was costing me an hour? That's pretty much... Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, it's pointless. Why waste money? Okay. So, now we'll have power. We're gonna need more water. That's the hidden cost, oops, that's sewage. That's the hidden cost, unfortunately, with nuclear power plants. You have to spend crap tons of money on getting water operational. Let's see. I'm spending a lot of money on fixing mistakes. Okay, alright, let's see. Yep, I didn't think I'd be able to do that. Wait. What? That's the only road I can delete? I can't delete any more of this? Aw. Well, that certainly didn't help me. Might have to just build a different, I put this. There we go. I might have to build a different, water pumping station. Alright, well, it looks like my... After doing all that, it looks like my, hourly rate did not change. Which is not good. Since that was my entire purpose. Okay. I have an idea. How much is available in the region? A lot. So we're going to turn off the second thermal nuclear reactor, and instead we're going to buy some power from Guth Dragon's Den to make up the difference. There we go. Now I've lowered my total hourly cost. Okay. That works. See, I'm playing sloppy since I haven't played for months. Alright. Education. Classrooms are full. How many students do we have? A lot more than that. Okay, so high school. And I do remember I was having trouble with the high school before. So we're going to stick the high school over here. So let's see, we got 950 plus 800 is 1750, which is just enough for what I need. So that works for me. And that just brings up the cost of everything again, but now we're fixing problems rather than just throwing money completely away. Plus, if we can get ourselves, if we can get educated, then we can shut down more parts of the police station because crime will not be so heavy. No shoppers. Oh yeah, let's check the numbers since okay. So we have a bunch of available jobs, especially for medium wealth people and rich people. Ugh. Means everybody here is poor. I think that's what I was working on. I was trying to get a richer section. Undesirables about. Anyway. I was trying to get more rich people here. Alright. Well, Let's delete these buildings. Replace them with some residential zones. Not enough freight producers. Okay. What does that mean, not enough freight producers? Unfilled medium wealth jobs. Yes, I know. I know. Okay, let's check the land value map. Ah! Wait a minute. If that's a medium wealth park, why is that not... Oh, it's medium wealth, but... Buying 100 megawatts of power? I didn't think we needed that much. Yeah, we're only buying 7.5. What the hell are you talking about? Ah, my advisors are dumb. They're so dumb. Okay, this is a pond. It's something bigger. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that radius. We'll put it right there. And we have to do this slowly because I remember the hard way that if I convert an entire section of my city to medium wealth at once, all that does is it lowers the population severely because there are always fewer people total when you raise the value of their houses. What is going on here? Wait a minute, what? Whoa, wait, whoa, what? Wait, what? Oh, it needs power. Okay, yes, power is being slowly fixed. Except it's not because no one is hired at the power plant yet. I shouldn't have gotten rid of my solar power plant. Okay. And I'm over 20 minutes. We're gonna fix this problem in the next episode. Wow, it's like whenever I play SimCity, it's just one long string of problems. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.